Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Do a Drink with Crazy. What's going on, everybody? Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I took last week off. I may or may not have gotten my eyes burned from welding with my son because my welding helmet went out. But anyway, my eyes are better now. That sucked for like 3 days. What's going on? Hey, we've got RH Snow in the chat. What's going on? Ram, good to see you. The Ultimate Kahuna. Yes, to answer your question, I have seen Sentenced to be a Hero. I got to go back and rewatch it, though, because I've put that show on and I like watch it in the back. I have no idea what's going on in the show. I know there's some cool battle scenes, but outside of that, I have no clue. My notification finally went off. Well, when after a while, if like you haven't checked out the channel in a while, like YouTube will just stop sending you notifications if you haven't checked it out in a while. And so it just kind of turns into a spiraling thing. But yeah, man, your hair grew. I just noticed. Yeah, it's getting long. I am growing it out to get it long enough so I can donate it. I used to do that years ago. I haven't done it in a while. So I want to do something to give back. And I figure if the hair's going to grow, I might as well let it grow and, cut it off and donate it to somebody who could use it more than me. So that's kind of where I'm at. We've got a couple of stories tonight. Nothing too crazy tonight, just because I wasn't really, I was paying attention to some other things all day, and I totally forgot to pull up stories, but I did pull up a few things. So before we get into that, let's start tonight off with a prayer, as always. So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. All right. Oh, goodness. Voice is being all weird, too. No, not now. All my notifications, my computer's like, hey, you've got so many updates to do. I've got to do a bunch of updates after we get off the stream. So what's going on, Liu? It's good to see everybody in the chat. Okay, so last time we were streaming, I was talking about a lot of people out there kind of saying that like Marathon is Concord 3, and it is definitely not that, but man, the numbers just don't look good. I don't think this is what Bungie was hoping for. So obviously this is Marathon, Bungie's new live service game. Sony, they abandoned Destiny 2 to do this, which I think, honestly, the story needs to just kind of die with Destiny. I mean, it feels like it was at a good ending point. But it's only been out for, not very long. It's been out since the 5th of March. So in 10 days, it's lost almost half of its concurrent players. And that ain't good. That ain't good, especially when you go from the all-time peak of being 88 to players right now at 48. I mean, that's a 40,000 player drop. I don't think this is going to pay off the way that Bungie was hoping it was going to. And the thing is, too, is the people who are playing it are liking it. At least in the aggregate reviews right here, it's an 86. It's an 86 out of 32,000 reviews. And so the people who are liking it. But the problem is that this just isn't. Oh, my wife. Yes, my wife also loves Marathon too. She makes friends in Marathon, which apparently you're not supposed to do in that game, but yeah. But no, so the people who are liking the game are liking the game, but this begs the question, how long can Sony kind of bankroll this game? I mean, they spent almost $4 billion acquiring Bungie and then spent a bunch of money on this game. And it's just like, okay, well, And not only that, the thing that I've talked with my buddy about is this being an extraction shooter. When this game was thought about, when Marathon was originally conceived, there had not been a widely popular, widely accepted extraction shooter in the mainstream gaming space. There just hadn't been. So it really makes me wonder why they decided to do an extraction shooter. Now, a lot of people say, but look at Arc Raiders. Look at Arc Raiders. It's like, guys, but Arc Raiders wasn't out when Marathon was conceived as a game to go for. It just doesn't seem like a good business model. There's never been a lot, especially for heavily competitive extraction shooters. There's never been a massive market for that in gaming. There's been a couple out there, like Tarkov was one, but even Tarkov doesn't have buku numbers anymore. It's got a smaller, sustainable player base. But yeah, it's just really interesting that I said, I was like, look, I don't think Marathon's Concord 3. I think it looks good. I think it looks solid. Definitely wasn't something I was going to spend $40 on because I was just like, it just doesn't look like my type of game. And apparently there are a lot of people who spent the money on it, tried it, and they are also realizing it's just not their game either, you know? And it's going to be really interesting, especially, you know, my wife, she's experiencing the Halo games for the first time. She's just off screen playing Halo 2 right now. And she's just like, oh my gosh. She's like, I totally get it. Cause she loved Destiny. She played the hell out of Destiny 2. And now she's kind of experiencing Bungie's older catalog, like what made that studio the studio. And so she's really digging Marathon. But again, I just can't figure out for the life of me what the business decision was here when it came to pushing this to when it comes to just pushing this as a game. I don't.
If I can interject my thoughts, that's a very niche market.
Yeah.
That are into what they created.
Yeah.
It's not an overall popular.
No, it's super, and that's what I said a minute ago. It's like it's a.
Listening, I was shooting aliens.
Well, that's your fault for not listening. But yeah, no, it is. My wife just said she wasn't listening. She was shooting aliens. But no, it is an incredibly niche market that Bungie wanted to dive into at a time when you hadn't seen the success of like Arc Raiders. And so it really just makes me wonder, like, what on God's green earth these guys were thinking when they decided to greenlight this project, especially like they I don't know. Sony really wants the live service to take off, but live service just does not work as a whole. There are like 2 or 3 of them that will probably work for a while. But yeah, just this infinite money glitch and chasing the live service just doesn't seem to be working. Anyway, chat, how have you guys been doing? So yeah, I just wanted to do that to follow up based off of the previous conversation I had about the game because I was looking into it. I, however, am very much, where is my Steam at? See it. So the game I am actually looking forward to the most is Crimson Desert. That's actually getting ready to drop this Thursday. This game looks absolutely incredible. We had the money a few weeks ago from taxes, so I was just like, I don't like pre-ordering games, but I also knew where money was then, and I didn't know where money was going to be when it launched, so I was just like, screw it. So I did pre-purchase it already, so it's ready to go. All I got to do is just, you know, it's in my library. I just have to hit the download button on day one. But dude, this is, we made it. Game looks peak. This game looks really, really good. It is being equated to games like Zelda Breath of the Wild and games like Elden Ring, where basically they just drop you off in a big open world and just let you go out and do stuff. So that's going to be interesting. Hey, what's going on, guys? We got Jonathan Grant, we got Luffy in the chat, we got Genuine Comics, but yeah, so I pre-ordered this. This is what we're doing on Thursday, by the way. For those of you who are wondering what Thursday's stream is going to be about, we're just going to be playing this game. That's it. I'm just going to be playing this game. This has been on my radar for quite a while, and the more that I've seen of it, the more that I'm just like, all right, you know, it looks fun. I mean, there's jetpacks and shit. I mean, they just kind of went in and the Koreans were just like, yeah, we're just going to make a game that's just awesome. And it's got, you know, it's got puzzles, it's got exploration, it's got really dope looking combat. They have seemingly got it working on every piece of hardware ever, which is just insane. I think they released a spec sheet for MacBooks. Oh, I can't wait to see you play. Crimson Desert looks unreal, and it wasn't even made on Unreal. I know, right? Well, that again, it's the proprietary engine that was used for Black Desert Online. For those of you, have you guys ever seen Black Desert Online? Because like Black Desert, here we go. Like this is the same company, right? So this is Black Desert. This is their MMO. Right. That looks cinematic. Let's get some gameplay. But this is their MMO. This is the same engine that Crimson Desert is being developed for. So it's kind of one of those things. It's like most people, when you get a single player game like this, we're looking at something and we're going, okay, it's going to be designed in Unreal or some limited engine that's only designed to handle single player games. And they were like, hey, we're just going to make a single player game with the MMO engine that we're running. Yeah. Single player is king. This will pay off. This will pay off well for them. Oh, I think it will. But dude, I mean, Black Desert, I looked it up just a week or two ago, and Black Desert Online still has like 300,000 people that log in almost every day. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so, but no, I think Crimson Desert's going to pay off really well for them. I know a lot of people got mad at them for using like Denuvo, or however you say that, which again, you can't win them all, but I mean, anymore. It's just, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh God. But I don't think that's going to hurt the sales overall. I mean, I kind of figured they were going to be doing something like that before that announcement even came out. I still took the risk and purchased it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of pre-purchasing stuff, but we had the money from a tax return that we got. We actually got a tax return this year, which was awesome. So I decided to just, do it. But I mean, the things that they have released for this, it's obviously it should run on my system. I have a pretty decently powerful system from like last generation. So, and not only that, but I'm running on 1080 monitors. So but this is what we're doing on Thursday. I am very excited for this game. I cannot wait to play. I want to play Crimson Desert. It looks fun. And then apparently there are multiple different characters you can play with. So it has one main protagonist, but it also has a couple of different characters that you can screw around with in the game as well, which I think actually is going to give you like options. Supposedly, they're talking about if it does well, if it releases well, and they make money off of it, they might just do like a multiplayer or like open world kind of mode, and so you could potentially play multiplayer in this game with some people. And I mean, I think that would be. I mean, I think that sounds really. Look at that! He's flying on a freaking dragon and stuff. Like this is nuts. Like just this game is insane. It's dragons, jetpacks, and there's a mech at the very end, and it's crazy. But yeah, when you just and the fact that they got it to run on literally everything is wild. Like I said, I heard they got it running on a MacBook, which I don't know why people be playing on MacBooks, but it might be a thing. So yeah, this is going to be a very, very fun time. Hopefully it'll be a very fun time. And the weather's supposed to be kind of crappy. So as long as I still have crappy weather, I'm still in video game territory for the year. Still in video game territory for the year. But yeah, so I wanted to show that off to you guys, and hopefully you guys are able to check it out and play it. It's on just about every system out there. Global release time and pre-download notice. Hey, it's almost time. Yeah, let's read that. Crimson Desert launches simultaneously worldwide. Platforms next week. You'll be able to preload the game starting 48 hours before launch on those platforms. Sweet. Okay, so I'm somewhere in the middle there. Awesome. Okay, cool. So tomorrow night. Yeah. That's going to be dope. I'm very excited for this game. It looks so good. In other news, so there is actually a video here that I have been meaning to watch for like 3 weeks now, and I keep not watching it. So we're going to check this. Indie Showrunners Don't Owe You Anything from the Gooseworks situation. So I have no idea what this even is, but we're going to get into it. It was recommended by, I believe, Creative Welshman. So let's get into this and see what we're talking about here.
So it seems like with each new popular fandom that arises, the pure and utter venom that exudes from certain corners of the internet grow even more toxic and even more enabled to skulk out from their recesses and try to force those responsible for the supposed favourite media to bend to their will. And I think we're all more than a bit fed up with it. Hello everyone, my name is Fiona Apollo, and I'm an artist, animator, and a frequent lurker of the indie animation space where many original projects are being worked on and are occasionally rising in popularity to the point where they are beginning to compete with bigger, more influential studios like Disney and DreamWorks. Many former artists and...
Well, that is true, too. We're starting to really see that in... can another animation make... Yeah. Again, we're starting to see a lot of this, especially because it's so much cheaper for smaller teams to be able to produce and create these projects versus these and then just when it works out and they get paid in spades, it just works out so much more.
Animators of companies have even opted to turn to the indie scene as pitch after pitch, project after stunning project are turned down or terminated, all in the pursuit of profitability. So this can make it all the more of an emotional landmine when even after you manage to stick it to these companies and create a show that experiences a monumental degree of success and adoration,
it was recommended in the Discord. I react to, if you guys recommend videos for me to react to or check out in the Discord, that's what I do. It's been a while.
For the fans to then turn against you because you dare to not adhere to their every whim. The latest in a line of cases involves Gooseworks, the creator of the Amazing Digital Circus, who committed the unforgivable sin of confirming that Jax and Pomni, the main characters of the show, are the main characters. Yeah, it's about as ridiculous as it sounds.
What? Everybody knew that though. Dude, this is like the weird ass people in like the My Hero Academia like fandom. Like those people are fucking crazy. Like my kids, they like the show, they like the My Hero Academia stuff, but we do not let them go to any of like the fan forums and shit like that. Like absolutely not.
And it sucks. It's a sobering reminder that no matter what you create or how well-intentioned you are, for some people, nothing you do will ever be good enough for them. And those people, those smaller numbers, are unfortunately often the loudest in a given space. I feel like I'm endlessly repeating myself when I say this on my platform, but no one should have to deal with this. No one should have to experience a breakdown or shut down their social media or be antagonized for biting back against people whose sole mission, it seems, is to talk down to you as a means of making themselves feel more important. Social media and the rewarding of
But okay, but the big thing that you're missing here, though, is that, yeah, apparently, obviously, you know, people shouldn't be talking down to others, but also at the same time, you also have to have the, you know, the moral fortitude to get through that and go through that and work on that. Like, and if what people are saying online is bothering you so bad that you have to shut down your social media instead of just blocking a few accounts, like, you really, really, really need to look in the mirror on that one, because you can't. Yeah, it's just said here in the chat, you can't satisfy everybody. You're not gonna satisfy everybody. But to go into a hidey hole because you're like, oh, well, people said mean things to me. It's like, well, yeah, people have been saying mean things to people since before social media. The difference is now we could just say it all together. All the mean things that people wanted to say, you know, 2 decades ago. You know, I mean, they used to call into to fan lines. Like they used to have those like 1-800 call and, you know, give us your stitch and bitch. Like, keep in mind, what the second Robin was so hated that the fans of DC literally elected to have him killed. Jason Todd, like that was back in the 80s. Like this is a thing.
Bad behavior has enabled far too many bad apples into thinking they can get what they want if they act entitled enough. I want more than anything.
If you give it to them, yeah, they do get what they want. If you give it to them, they will get what they want.
For the showrunners, animators, voice actors, and other crew members of all these amazing projects I see online to be able to thrive. But if the reward for all of that hard work is an onslaught of verbal abuse, doxing threats, accusations of misconduct, and other bad faith actions from the people who claim to love these stories just as much, then what's even the point? Like, no one wants to put up with that nonsense. So I just kind of wanted to look into all of what went down and talk a bit about the impact it's having and whether there's anything we can even do, because this is not fair to the people these fans claim to support, and these indie creatives don't have to stand for it. I'll be honest, I know I may be unintentionally feeding into this as well by covering it in a YouTube video, since there are already tens of people who have hopped on the bandwagon, but that's kind of a catch-22 situation on that front. It's still hugely important, in my opinion, to call this stuff out when it happens, and to remind people that no one has to put up with an entitled person's tantrums all because someone else said something you disagree with. Sorry.
No, I mean, and there is a good point here. There's a very, very good point here that... But it also comes down to the idea that you can't let like your online, like I understand like the companies have to be online and the companies have to post their stuff out there, but you as the individual, like you can get away with that. You can get off social media. You can just not pay attention to it, put your stuff out there, get your money, get your bag, and go for it. Like, and I think a lot more people need to have that mentality.
This was a bit of an unexpected upload, so I'm just going to get into it. If you like what I'm saying, then subscribe, I guess. Feel free. I don't really care right now.
Be nice.
So, what happened? From what I can piece together, Gooseworks made an assertion on Reddit that Pomni and Jax from their show, The Amazing Digital Circus, are indeed the focus characters of the story. It's just like we were all kind of anticipating.
Yeah,
except
that was
for some reason.
that was basically from the start of the show. Like how did people not see that?
And this basically broke the dam on a tidal wave of criticism and debate from supposed fans who wish for the other characters to get a bit of the spotlight as well. Obviously,
No.
as the show was nearing its final
Every show has its main characters. Like, stop it.
episode, people are probably at their highest emotional attachment to these characters, and they're kind of anticipating a variety of things for the finale. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem with it, though, is that it does not excuse people acting like they know more than the show's creator, and basically culminating in a debate that very quickly devolved into threats of violence, online harassment, and other such issues. This, along with some external factors, caused said creator to experience a breakdown and shut off her Reddit account. Though it's important to note that Goose never directly states that this harassment was aimed at her, and I'm not about to go looking because I don't use Reddit and I'm not about to start now. But from the sounds of what a few people
That's fair. I also don't use Reddit is a cesspool. Reddit is yeah. Like, I don't know. Most of them are now. The only things that I'm really on anymore is I have an Instagram, don't really fucking use it. Once in a while I do. And I have a Facebook, and that's because I've had Facebook for a long time, and all my friends and family are over there and stuff like that. And that's it. I got off X or Twitter or whatever. I've checked out some of the other social media platforms, and I'm just like, none of them are worth it. None of it. It just, because most of it's just screaming into the void at somebody, hoping that they listen to you. And it sounds like in this case, somebody actually did, and they got so rattled by it that they actually had to delete their account, or didn't have to, but decided that they wanted to. And it's just like, if you're going to get into online discourse, you're stepping into the octagon, right? And you've got to know how to handle that. And again, we've seen this before, and I like the point that she's making, that look like stop being colossal douchebags to people online because you think that you like this show more than the people who created it, because you didn't. But I think that the biggest thing here that we're missing is that why are young men and women getting so heavily invested in these shows? And I honestly think it's because there is a specific lack of value or purpose in their life. And so they find this one thing that they hyperly attach to, that is supposedly is giving them some modicum of value or purpose in life. And when that thing changes, they literally feel it to be an attack on themselves personally. And you're really, really, really seeing this a lot more, especially in the last 10 to 15 years. I'm sorry, the Harry Potter crowd you saw it with really, really badly. A lot of the people in anime, they get freaking weird with it, right? A lot of and it's one thing that it's why I look at a lot of the stuff, and I remember when I got over like being a fan of media and stuff like that. It was actually during the whole Last Jedi stuff. Like what they were doing with Star Wars, like that was weird. I was like hurt over that, which I thought that was just weird, as I was a 20-year-old man that was like having like a visceral reaction to an IP that I liked, just getting tanked by a company. Like, and I sit there and I'm like, oh, that's not healthy. And that is ultimately when I stopped kind of caring about being fans of stuff, even to a point too, even like content creators. Like, I'll watch a content creator for a while, I will be a fan of theirs, but I'm not getting emotionally invested in their stuff. And honestly, there are some I'm just like, I don't really care anymore. Like, I watched Nerdrotic for a lot of years, still love Nerdrotic. I have nothing against him. I've basically heard everything that he has to say on the topics that he talks about. When you watch somebody for 5 or 6 or however many years I did, I'm just like, I don't care anymore. And I just don't, I think that we need to really look into those things. Things like, family and faith, first of all. Family and faith are just absolutely eviscerated in the modern day. And it's why you're seeing people lose their absolute crap over when a character is said to not be the main character of a show. Like, again, there is nothing in this world right now that's providing people, with higher purpose and higher value in it. And this is not just in the indie stuff, but this is just a systemic issue overall. This is wide reaching. And if you look out into the world, you will see some truly, truly horrific and horrendous things happening in the world. And you just go, how did we get here? And it's like, well, it's a far-reaching history. It's a far-reaching history, and it started over 100 years ago. And it's something that I just don't think that realistically, unless we return to the traditional values, I don't think that we're actually going to come out of this on the other side. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like, well, why are these people like this? It's because they're broken inside. Why are they like this? Why do they attack people online? Because they are broken. They have nothing in their life to keep them whole, right? They have no faith. They have, if they have a family, my God, they probably don't have a very good one. Like, they are broken people. We have created a society around commodity and stuff and things, and not a society around faith and family values and hard work. And like, we have abdicated all of that shit to our governments, to our schools, to AI, and robotics centers that are doing a vast majority of the work now. We have literally designed a world that has done everything it can to rob value and moral integrity from you. And so, yes, this is exactly why things like this keep happening in so many different circumstances. But I don't know. What do you guys think, chat? Can Mother... Oh, there we go. Play Crimson Desert. Yes. Can Mother Nature make up her mind about what mood she'll be in this month? Yeah, my body don't like plunging from 60 degrees to 20 degrees in the span of half a day. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there. It do be like that sometimes. Never did. Yeah. You can say never. You can never satisfy. Right. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. You can't satisfy everybody, Jonathan Grant. As somebody who's interested in making games one day, I already know what I'm walking into. Yeah. Get into the octagon, man. And that's just how it's going to be. The Ultimate Kahuna, I'll just play old games until gayness and bad gaming environment ceases. So that's never going to happen. And two, why just old games? Like, you act like there's not absolute fire coming out in the last few years. You get some gay retarded games out there, but there are a ton of games out there that are absolutely crushing it. Like, what's that one? Like Slay the Spire 2. Everybody says Slay the Spire 2 is absolutely fantastic. Crimson Desert's coming out. That game looks freaking awesome. There's obviously Expedition 33 came out last year. What else did I play last year that came out? I mean, there was a bunch of indie titles. Like Schedule 1 came out last year. Megabonk came out last year. Hollow Knight Silk Song came out last year. All of those games do not have the stuff in it that you're talking about. So why is it that you're saying you're just not going to, so you're not even going to support independent people who are doing what you want to do? Come on, Ultimate Kahuna. Check some stuff out. If you want to look for indie games, I'll find them for you. I'll find them. I pay attention to the gaming landscape quite a bit, so. But indie games are the best games. They seem to be lately, yes. I've been kicked off of Reddit. Yeah, I don't know. I tried getting on Reddit a while back, and I just didn't understand the platform itself, so I was like, this is dumb. And then everybody over there is hyper communist. They're not even liberals at this point. Yeah. So, social media is a lie. No one really cares except for bots and snowflakes. People only care once you. I was having this conversation the other day. I kind of mentioned it with Jack V. Lloyd on Facebook. He had posted something, and people will care about you when you actually do something or provide something online enough for them to care about, right? Like, people don't need to intrinsically care about you. And I think a lot of people think that they just need to, and it's not the case. I'm banned on Reddit. Good for you, RH Snow. People time, society standards, and internet memes may change, but there is something you can have faith in. Kahuna will always yell and be shirtless on the internet, and that is a guarantee. I would take that to the bank probably. Oh God, emulation is making it cheap and convenient. Yeah, it really is. I'm not against modern independent games, but I don't like the modern must be online perpetually gaming environment. I miss local games. No, a lot of these. Yeah, no, you don't have to perpetually be online. I get that though. I miss when the industry supported that kind of gaming. Well, and the problem is the bigger guys are moving away from it. The smaller guys are not. No, and you don't have to play with strangers. Dude, there's a bunch of the games I just listed off are like single player titles. So, like the only times that like our kids play the My Hero Academia, like Rumble, it's the what's it? It's like Warzone, but not Warzone. What's a battle royale? It's a battle royale for My Hero Academia, but they're not allowed to have headphones. They're not allowed to have chat. They're not allowed to do any of that. They're allowed to go in, play, and that's it. Like, not allowed to have voice chat or anything like that. Oh goodness. Are communists when history shows us horrible? Most people are communists now because they lack the moral integrity. Like they don't. And especially nowadays, people think that the system is so broken, which it is. And most people are just like, you know what, screw it, burn it down. That's kind of where a lot of people are now. So. All right. Over here on Games Radar, this is interesting. So I was very excited for the Valve Steam machine to come out, and then everything got ridiculously expensive. So let's go into this story. There we go. Can we make it bigger? There we go. Okay. Oh no, it's going to cut everything off. We're just going to have to kind of leave it over here, I guess. All right. So I don't want to play games with strangers. That's why I play single player titles. Like, that's pretty much all I play is single player titles. Valve pleads, if you have a line on a bunch of RAM, we are in the market and would like to buy it. As AI and data centers make building Steam machines a Herculean challenge. If Valve is out here begging for memory, this is not good. Okay, Valve is feeling the squeeze of the memory famine amid AI fever as it works to somehow, some way, get Steam machines assembled and shipped in 2026. This was clear at GDC talk hosted by Valve's Casey Aitchison Boyle and Tom Giardino, who reaffirmed that the Steam machine is still targeted for this year. Holy crap. I did see the lawsuit for Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo's suing the United States. That's funny. Per PC Gamer with writer Hayden Dingman highlighted this quote from the presentation. If you have a line on a bunch of RAM, we're in the market and would like to buy it. At this rate, with a pile of RAM that doesn't even exist yet, reserved for a zillion data centers that also don't exist, it would practically take a newfound gold vein of RAM to solve the problem or even soften Valve's manufacturing bottlenecks and pricing pressures. It really would. This is absolutely, yeah. Valve's ability to source components will affect the timing and stock of the Steam machine launch, and the uncontrolled rise in memory prices also has a knock-on effect on Valve's own pricing. The company said just last month that it is revisiting pricing and timing planning for the Steam machine due to the RAM accompanying storage shortage. The official word was this: our goal of shipping all three products in the first half of the year has not changed, but we have work to do to land on a concrete pricing and launch dates. Okay, the limited availability and growing prices of these critical components mean we must revisit our exact shipping schedule and pricing, Valve added. This is not good. When you have a major company like Valve who can't even acquire anything, like the AI data center stuff has just gotten to ridiculous levels. It's a scam. I constantly see stuff pop up. It's either on my phone or on my browser or whatever. It's like, do you need AI to do? No, I don't need AI to scan and read this thing for me.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Tap.
Did you hear about the mom that went on the news and showed pictures of her Siri or Apple, whatever, in the house, like the thing that talks to you? It kept asking what her little daughter was wearing, and when her daughter answered skirt.
Yeah, I did see that.
Wanted pictures and different things.
Yep. Yeah. That was.
Sorry.
And people keep saying, "Oh, that's a bug." No. That was. No, that was one of the. I think it was Apple. It was Apple or something like that. Was having a conversation with a woman's young daughter, like little kid, like child, and the AI kept trying to ask the little kid what it was wearing, and when the little kid finally answered, because it kept saying no for a long time, it said it was a skirt. Then literally the Siri app or whatever the hell it was, I can't remember. But yeah, asked the kid for pictures, and everybody's like, "What? Huh?" Oh, it kept. Yeah, I guess the AI kept telling the little girl that it would really love to see what she looked like in the skirt. Like, again, this isn't a bug. This is a feature. When everybody goes, "Oh my God, why is this getting so bad?" Ask the same question. If you're going to say, why are the AIs asking children for photos? Then you need to also ask the same question of, why have we not arrested any of the people off of the Epstein list? Why has nobody been charged? Outside of one dude from England that was hung out to dry. It's a feature. They are building that stuff into the system. And it's getting worse and worse. I guess the Illuminati is fucking real. I mean, just look at what all of our governments are doing. Look at what all these companies are doing. That's why, folks, reason number 437 as to why I never talked to Siri. Yep. Oh yeah. No, I even went and I've turned off a lot of the AI stuff on my phones and stuff like that. I'm like, stop. I don't care. On state secret laws not being, yeah. Oh no, they're going to protect the pedos. Of course they're going to. The Trump administration has already basically all but said he's going to protect the pedos. I love. I'm starting to feel lightheaded. Would you eat me up a burrito? I'm trying. Thank you. Yeah. Because I gotta. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm probably gonna go eat something here in a minute because I'm actually getting lightheaded. I'm trying to do a multi-day fast, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to accomplish that goal today. I think that's something that I need to. I used to do 24-hour fasts regularly, but I'm trying to do a multi-day one now for a lot of reasons, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off now. I think I definitely need to get my body used to certain things. I mean, I made about 24 hours this time, but food-wise, yes. I had beer last night at like 9 o'clock, so. But yeah, anyway. Again, all this stuff is so crazy to me. All this stuff is absolutely so insane to me. So, and I just don't know where else to go from here. I feel like I'm just repeating myself constantly and incessantly, just saying the same things over and over and over again. And it's like all of you guys here, you guys all get it. You guys all get it. And it doesn't, and there are other people that are bigger channels than me saying it, and it's still not helping. And like, I'm going to be honest. We as a society need to turn to God. We need to turn to Jesus because this is all getting insane. This is getting wild. So, all of that being said, yeah, I'm a little bit more lightheaded than I thought I was. So I am going to go upstairs and I'm going to eat some foods, and then I'm going to attempt to accomplish my multi-day fast. Because I want to do that. Because it's good for the soul. But I also need to do it correctly. I got my boys a refurbished 360 recently, and we're playing a bunch of games that came out when I was younger and had a blast. And their friends came over to play. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I've tried showing my kids because I have an original Xbox, and my kids have not enjoyed that. They're like, no, we don't like it. We don't want to play that. So, but I also made them play like Need for Speed Underground, you know, something that was actually hard. And yeah, so it is what it is. Ugh. I'm excited for Thursday. Guys, everybody, set your calendars for Thursday because we're going to hang out. Probably going to do quite a long live stream on that one. Going to be playing Crimson Desert, and we're just going to have fun with it. We're just going to play Crimson Desert until I'm going to start the live stream, and then I'm going to play it until I probably got to go to bed. And we're going to do that. Having a foundation built on morality is good. Well, yeah, but it also depends on where that morality comes from, too. My kids are used to playing games with... Oh, there you go. That's cool. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into A Drink with Crazy. And as always, until next time on Thursday, Crimson Desert on Thursday. Cheers, everybody.